and I'm in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought about grabbing a chair from the house, and then I didn't, because I don't know why. Does Michigan be mad if I borrow his chair?
I don't think so.
Okay. Got it.
So this one looks like a boob.
What the fuck? My ankles. Hold on. Where's the boot knot? Didn't you have one that had like a nipple on it?
This one has a nipple on it.
Oh, I thought I had like a protrusion like in the center knot.
Oh, no, because they're like shaved off. That's how they get
You
that.
know, I know, but I thought you had one that had that on it. Like it didn't get shaved off for whatever reason. Maybe that was something else.
Might have been something else. Is it already started?
Oh yeah, they're sitting in on the most boring stream ever. Like, skip frames detected. 16% over the last 2 minutes. Yeah, that's normal. Because my computer's shit.
So like.
It means that my live stream. No, it means my live stream was doing this. Just skipping around. Like it's missing some frames.
I know what.
It's not smooth.
I'm asking if it's already going. Yes?
Yes. Don't say anything you'll regret. Or I can delete it though.
Why are we just filming? Are you just filming yourself talking?
No, well, yeah, right now, because I just set the thing down to go get the chair.
Well, then get the thing on the... I don't fucking care. I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing.
I get it. You want to special.
I don't... No. I mean, fucking thing.
Oh.
I assumed that what we were doing was the more important part.
That's right.
Dumbass.
I didn't set everything up yet. I just got... I don't care about looking at it. That adds context to the to what the stream name is, though, so they actually get what's going on.
Yeah, I bet that might be.
You should really read what the stream name is.
I will do that later.
Ow, motherfucker! I hope you guys can see that. It's actually a little bright. I need something to put on it that'll dim the light. Actually, no, that's actually. Yeah, way too fucking bright and saturated.
Mm-hmm.
I am a god.
Hey, hold on.
Anyway.
Just take the lamp and set it over there. That way it's further away. Or you know, we could do this.
Not a whole lot better.
Turn off that one, because now we have this light on. See?
It's still saturated. Oh well. Oh, I don't care. I don't care about much. Hey! I guess Komodo Gaming's live streaming.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Oh my god, I know, right?
What are they live streaming about?
What a tard.
What are they live streaming? Yeah, apparently they're just live streaming as
I'm trying
bunch
to
of dicks.
I'm trying to.
Oh no, wait. That's that other tab. Don't tell nobody about the other tab, huh? I see where this goes.
There. Now you can read title and description.
Fuck.
I know, right? That's like all my shit.
Alright.
The fuck? Jesus Christ. What the fuck is wrong with me? Oh, yeah, that's right. Being born. Is she born?
So you gonna help me sort these at all, or are you just gonna stand there and try to make this funny for your viewers?
They don't understand comedy.
You're right, they're on your video. Boy, you just unsorted that.
No, I sorted it. This side has nipples.
Technically, this side of the table has... Well, I guess everybody's got nipples. Most of us. I don't fucking care.
Except I enjoy playing with mine. This is going to become a cursed comment section. We're going to see those on cursed comments tomorrow on Reddit.
No, because technically this is the video itself.
Yeah, linked video.
This would be in cursed images or videos. I don't fucking know.
Be a link to the video in cursed comments.
Maybe.
I don't know. No, there'll be comments in the video. No, they're wrong. This is me we're talking about. There won't be any comments. There's very rarely is there comments. I could literally, in this live stream, without going overly long, probably within a few minutes, read every single comment on every... No, I couldn't.
Really?
I was gonna say that, but I forgot my airsoft video. The one airsoft video I have
actually
would take a long fucking time. Because there's a lot of teching advice and stuff in it. No. And I know there's people that are coming over to my live stream and be like, oh, is he live streaming airsoft? No, surprise. I have a life outside of airsoft that actually is mostly not airsoft anymore, and it's sad and depressing. I get out of the way.
Yeah, screw you too.
Screw you too! Think you're all big as shit? You have 2 thumbs up, no thumbs down.
Ooh,
I'm good with that.
This one's wide and fat.
This one has 1 thumbs up. I'm pretty sure that's you because it has 1 view.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, I'm live streaming.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god.
The news!
Oh, my AR has 4 thumbs up. I can't believe that doesn't have thumbs down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my airsoft sniper tutorial has 14 dipshits. I hope you're watching, dipshits. They give me thumbs down.
Why?
Because they don't agree with my taking advice that is superior to their own.
Mm.
But you know who has 100 thumbs up on that?
Mm.
This guy. That was good. Fuck off.
I didn't say it wasn't.
That live stream has no thumbs. This live stream has no
Don't
thumbs.
let me forget to segregate all the black ones.
Got it. Segregation and black ones.
That's right.
Live stream didn't hear that. Oh my gosh. My one GTA live stream that shows me playing Fortnite has a thumb up.
Wait. No kidding?
No kidding.
You have a GTA live stream where you're actually playing Fortnite?
No. A GTA live stream where I started playing Fortnite. Like, I was going to try the game out. Decided the game was absolute shit. Which I was right.
Mm-hmm.
And the comment section is wrong if they say different.
Comment section is 12-year-olds.
Obviously, if they say different.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I found out the game was shit and just went to GTA.
Mm.
Is this the one that has my... No. One of these has my high school history teacher in the comment section.
Oh yeah, what'd they say?
I fucking loved him. He's great.
What'd he say?
I'm gonna try to find the comment section to find out. It's a real dickhead thing to say.
So he said something dickish?
Kinda.
I wanna know.
Hey, if I remember right. That's what it was. Wow. Thanks for sharing.
What the fuck did you do?
There's a GTA live stream. That's all. 2 comments. Wow. Thanks for sharing. Reply to the comment. Yep, this is what I'm doing now. Very depressing, right?
That's right. You taught this student history, and I went on to do this. Be ashamed of yourself for not
I
inspiring
think
me
that
more.
was while I was still in high school. No, I just started college.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at that time. I think whenever my... No, I was still in high school when I first brought up my channel for my Fallout series, which has a badass intro, pretty nice thumbnail, and absolute dog shit video quality. I filmed with a iPhone 5 that was duct taped to a crutch.
Told me about the duct
and the duct tape crutch was duct taped to a vacuum cleaner to hold it pointing at the DV screen. And I edited it with free video editing software, which downgrades the quality further. It looks like fucking 8-bit Fallout. And it's horrendous. I can't believe I have 59 subs. And holy shit, that has 226 views.
Which one?
Holy shit, I say that like it's impressive when my freaking airsoft video, my first video has 226 views. My airsoft video has 14,000 views. Oh, comment section. That's what I was doing. We got off topic. 87 comments. Oh, I could go through this. Alright, most likely 2 though. Possibly 1.5. It's been a while since I had to use the hex key. What exactly is that on the front of your scope? Some sort of cover? Thanks, from Germany. BFK Rogue, no problem. Oh, that's his name. I was like, what the fuck is that? No problem, mate. Where did you get that modular rail system? I want one. Airsoft 101. Join VSR Parts on Facebook, and he is an admin. That is a page that used to be on Facebook that I used to run until Facebook decided, hey, we're dickheads now, and started shutting everything related to airsoft down.
To airsoft or guns?
Airsoft.
Really?
Yeah. Like, they started with the gun stuff, and they're like, airsoft looks like guns. Fuck them.
Dicks.
Yeah, I know, right? Found it, but it's in Spanish. That's the right one? It's the VSR Parts page. Found it, but it's in Spanish. That the right one? Negative. Magna International Airsoft, owned by Simon John Osborne, is the guy who I ordered the rail from in the UK. He's fucking cool. I like him. I had him as an admin under my page. Oh my god. Oh. I was like, this is back when I still used to understand and read a little bit of German. And I was like, oh no, that's the guy's name. Because, yeah. Normally, yes, you would access the hop-up adjustment with the Allen key under the mag, but I have a TDC, top dead center modification, so I can have instant access to the top via a turret. And I actually had Ski, which is a guy who does 3D modeling stuff. I had to model up a bit for my airsoft sniper rifle that I can put on my rail to put the turret on. That was pretty cool. When I still had connections.
Back when you knew people.
Back when I knew people. Back when people knew me. All 8 of them. All 2 important people. Sorry, comment section. Or sorry, subscribers, if that offends you when I say 2 important people. 2 important people to grow my channel. No, that still sounds steakish. You're all important. But none of you guys are gonna watch my video.
I was about to say, you're acting like people actually watch this shit.
Yeah, it's like, but no one watches it anyway.
Good God, that thing's
all these.
What are they starting to get to?
No, they're fine. It's just, I'm not going to read through all of them. I made it through like 10. And there's 80. It's an eighth of the way through.
Yeah, you can't read more?
I can. But I feel like they'd be boring as fucking hell. Well, I guess this stream's not going anywhere.
I was about to say, we're over here sorting through freaking chunks of wood.
Being naughty. Shh. We are allowed to say right.
How much did you put in that drink?
No. I'm still awake.
Good point.
But enough to where my body doesn't hurt as bad as it normally does, which is good.
No, I want some. Look.
Pepsi and Amarillo?
No.
Oh, you gotta go, Mitch, though.
And all your viewers are gonna hear is.
Hold on.
No, don't do that.
No. Let's see just how good this mic monitoring is, because I had this bit scrolled up. I'm pretty confident they can hear us whispering. That mic on that laptop, the stock mic, picks up everything.
How about my ass scooting across the chair?
Yes, I can see the little blips on the mic thing doing this.
You started to say I could see, and I'm just like...
No, I could see.
I know, but I'm just...
And my rib popped out of place again. But you know it doesn't hurt? That. Because of my good friend, yes.
Subscribe to MiniLad.
Sub to MiniLad. Alright, that's there. Okay. How to regulate the oh my god, I'm about to have a fucking aneurysm trying to read this comment. I'm gonna read it exactly how it is without interpretation.
Okay.
How to regulate this Action Army hop-up from under magazine or what? That actually, the last bit does make sense, but it probably doesn't make sense to you. But the last one actually makes sense. How to regulate this Action Army hop-up. How to regulate the Action Army hop-up is what he's asking. Normally, yes, you would access the hop-up adjustment with an Allen key under the mag, but I have a TDC, and that's the TDC thing which we read, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Nick Martin, when purchasing the Action Army chamber, what else is needed? Does it come with a new bucking and everything else needed? Do I need to get a hop arm lever and a nub as well? This is actually a really, really good question because Action Army doesn't provide a whole lot of information. And I was actually about to purchase a hop arm for the hop up because I didn't know it came with one. Someone in the comment section on my page, I was asking around. And they're like, it comes with everything you need minus a bucking. Like your bucking and barrel and stuff, which is kind of obvious, like you would expect that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Action Arm comes with everything necessary for hop-up function with the exception of bucking. It does. The hop-up function with the exception of bucking. The hop arm is also a very strong material, and it is. I have not had it bend. I know it's a strong material because my TDC screws I would frequently strip out and have to make a new one. Okay, not only would I strip out the screw, no, I didn't strip out the screw. The screw, whenever I'm tight my TDC, so the screw pulls up, which like it's pulling the hop arm and the chamber close together by pulling the hop arm down by pulling the screw up and a nut down onto it. And I screw down so tight that the screw pulls through the hop-up chamber and ruins my hop-up chamber. I've bought 3 hop-up chambers. They cost like $60 a piece. Finally, though, I was like, I'm tired of this shit. I took my hop-up chamber, chucked it in a vise, took a drill, drilled it out to the head diameter of the screws for standard size. So that way it has, instead of having like I think it's 0.75 millimeter lip for it to sit on, which is nothing. Or not 0.75, 0.25 millimeter lip for it to sit on. Like a 1/4 of a millimeter, which is nothing. For being aluminum, it pulls right through it. it went from having that to having a 2.5 millimeter lip all the way around the edge for the screw to sit on.
Damn.
Yeah, if that bitch pulls through, I'm pretty sure my gun is fucked. Actually, I'm pretty sure I would have either stripped the screw in half or I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger, because that's a lot of fucking tension and that'd be hard to tighten it that tight. You don't care.
No, I care. I'm listening.
Just I'm fucking tired.
That's what they're saying.
Sorry, you're tired. Really tired. Quick question. I also had the Omega nub for the chamber with the R-Hop, but it only pushes down half on the R-Hop. How is the nub working for you? The nub works amazing for me. Sounds like an alignment issue. Your R-Hop may also not be flush with the outside of your barrel, causing overhop, which is whenever you go to have your R-Hop installed. So you have a little bitty silicone piece of tubing. Usually it's tubing. You can get a patch actually made from people for like $9, or you could buy a $9 length of tubing like this that you can literally make like 300 patches out of. I usually get the tubing. So you get the tubing, you cut something the size of the hop window for your barrel, which is about yay big, and then you put it inside there. And once you glue it in, the inside of the bore and the tubing have to be perfectly smooth on the inside. Like, so you have your bore, and if you slide something into your bore, like your patch right here, it should be perfectly smooth right across there. And that looks bad. Anyway. So that should be perfectly smooth, and then you'll have a little bit of your rubber tubing still sticking out the top. And what you do is that rubber tubing, you put something on the inside to apply pressure to keep the patch pushed all the way to the edge of your barrel. And then you take like a sander or something, and you sand it off to where it's smooth flush with the outside of the barrel. Then, when you put on your nub, and it starts applying pressure to that bucking, or to, not the bucking, to the, well, yeah, to the bucking, and inadvertently to the patch, it's perfectly, like, rounded and everything, so it puts perfect hop on the BB. And it's all scientific and stuff.
It's not scientific, but yeah.
No, it's very scientific. It takes a lot of precision work, and there's a lot of tuning to it. It's complicated as shit. I dumbed it down a lot just now. So, okay. And then, may also not be flush with the outside of the barrel, causing overhop. Thanks for the reply. The R-Hop patch is installed flush, but I found that the BB stoppers and the hopper bucking were getting torn up by my cylinder head nozzle. I got it shooting again, but now it hooks to the right pretty severely, and it says, I had to click the continue reading button, okay?
I understand.
It hooks to the right pretty severely, and it tips to properly align the R-Hop perfectly center in the R-Hop. Center the R-Hop and the R-Hop. I'm sorry. What his alignment issue is with the barrel and the hop up. So, your window is on the top side of your barrel. When it puts pressure on your hop window and onto your hop patch here, when your BB passes through the window, it puts backspin on the BB. That's what we call hop. So, whenever you shoot your BB, if your barrel is tilted, his was curving right, for instance. So if it's tilted this way, barrel's pointing that way. His BB passes through here. You can see where the backspin is being pressed onto the BB, more on the right side of the BB. So when the backspin is put on there, due to the Magnus, that's what it is, the Magnus effect, it'll make the BB want to grab the air and pull to the right. So this is why it is very necessary to make sure your R-Hop patch is perfectly smooth on the inside, which may take a little bit of wear in to get it real smooth. Because after I produce a R-Hop patch, because I don't have my tool yet to actually make it perfectly smooth at the bore, so I have to go in and manually sand the inside to make it perfectly smooth. You'll have a few burrs in there, so for the most part you'll be shooting like laser beams, but every now and then you'll get one that hooks really hard one direction or the other. So since his was on the right side, BB catches the right side, backspin, and it pulls to the right, and that's what his issue was in that situation. Any tips to properly align the R-hop perfectly center in the R-hop? Okay, so he's talking about lining up the barrel inside of his hop-up chamber is what it needs. So on your barrel, on the bottom side, there's a little groove. You flip your action arm hop-up chamber over. There's a screw that you tighten down to make sure your barrel doesn't move outside of your barrel, or outside of your bucket, or your hop-up chamber. Your barrel doesn't move out of your hop-up chamber. You line those two up, and you slide it in perfectly straight with that. Tighten down all your screws, and the hop-up window should be on the inverse side, which is the bottom, which will be perfectly on top. As long as your outer barrel, as long as your outer barrel and your stock are in your molded right for what your gun is supposed to be, because your outer barrel mounts to your receiver with a screw, but sometimes that screw, like in my case, the screw kind of wore out just from use and being tacked on and whatnot, so it pulled out. So the only thing that was keeping my barrel straight was the action block and the stock itself. So my stock had to make sure that it was straight too. Luckily, I got a good mold from TM because Tokyo Murray actually has pretty good tolerances on their stuff. And that makes sure my barrel is level. There. So my hop is perfectly straight. Now, I'll get a little bit of wind every now and then and whatnot, and that'll cause issues. And wear on your patch will cause issues because your patch will most likely wear a little bit uneven due to manufacturing tolerances.
Okay.
Not that you care.
No, I get it. Sounds cool. I mean, I don't get the whole thing, and I'm super tired, but I do understand.
If I brought my gun in, it'd be a lot more interesting. But it's all the way out there. It's so totally not. It's totally not my truck freezing right now. I do care about it. I swear. Sort of. It's just doesn't get used a lot.
This could be an S
anymore. Okay, but my comment was so on most barrels there's a groove on the bottom. Use that line to line up the barrel in the hop up, guiding it aligned with the bottommost screw of the hop up. If this does not fix the issue, it's most likely an uneven R-hop. Uneven R-hop pressure. Also, you want to set your BB stopper just so it keeps your BBs from backing out of the chamber. No extra pressure is necessary. So the BB stoppers are on the back side of the hop-up chamber. So your pressure is applied here. Your cylinder goes through these, what you call BB stoppers. There's springs on the back side and they're little nubs. And when your BB pushes through them, they push back that. So when you pull back your cylinder, the BB doesn't fall back into the hole and cause jamming issues and whatnot. His issue is his BB stoppers are getting marred up pretty bad from his cylinder. So these screws here and here on each side were too tight because when he shoves his cylinder through, they aren't backing out far enough. So he's slowly taking material off of them. So he needs to loosen those screws. And usually what I'll do is I'll put a BB into the into there, and I'll loosen my screws just so it holds the BB in there.
Yeah.
Because if you tilt your barrel like this upward, as long as your BB still sits in there, it's fine. It's not going to be an issue. And you want even pressure on each, so I make sure to back them both out all the way, make them just so where they tight in, and then I turn them the same amount so that way when my cylinder goes in, my cylinder is going in and the spring pressure being applied, it keeps my cylinder perfectly straight for going into my hop chamber too, which ensures even more accuracy and whatnot. And then I was just rechecking in with him. I was asking if he ever got his gun shooting right. If there is anything you need, just reply to the video. Hey man, was wondering, do you think this would work on a JG Bar 10? If I simply just bought the hop-up chamber, or would I need to buy a better inner barrel or something else? A response would make my day. I've been extremely stressed trying to figure out what to buy. Alright. So, yeah, JG has the closest compatibility to the VSR 10 at the time. Novridge, actually, this year, around SHOT Show time, which was literally last month, like into January, just announced his SSG 10, which is looking pretty damn nice. And it is supposed to have 100% VSR compatibility and have the upgrades you need straight from him, so you don't have to spend a whole shitload of money on parts and whatnot right out the get-go. It's just really nice. Anyway, at the time, yeah, JG had the closest compatibility to the VSR 10. I would recommend upgrading the barrel first, but you will do fine just with the hop-up chamber if you desire. Best of luck on your project. Hope your gun... What did I say? Probably something stupid. Hope your gun becomes all you ask of it. So the reason why a good barrel is important is because if you have... Your factory barrels sometimes are fine. The JHEs are iffy 1-to-1. It's really dependent on which one you get, and like you have to check out your barrel. You'll have sometimes burrs inside of your barrel or dirt from it sitting in the warehouse and whatnot. And when you shoot, it'll catch the BB whenever you shoot and cause it to spin off in different directions, which causes inaccuracies, and that becomes an issue. That's why I always recommend people get a steel barrel or a plated barrel, usually a nickel plated barrel, because the nickel is a little harder than the brass. Now, EdGI is a barrel company that's well known for their barrels, but they use brass barrels. Actually, they just started doing steel barrels, which is nice. But for the longest time, they used a brass barrel, and they would lap it. Which lapping, what it does is you basically have like a cleaning rod with buffing compound on it, and you run it down your barrel several times to make sure that the inside of the barrel is perfectly smooth on the inside. And basically that increases your accuracy. And of course, brass is a really easy material to buff because it's not very strong. It's not here. Yes, there's one. How did you know there's one missing? Is that a random guess?
I think I saw it drop earlier.
Right there.
It's not the one I'm looking for, though, so it's fine.
Okay, glad I couldn't help.
No, you were helpful.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Says, thank you very much. And I don't need another bucking, ? Nope, you should be all good. Which the bucking that comes with the JG Bar 10 and the VSR 10, they're kind of soft. I always recommend a bucking. You don't necessarily need one. You can get by. The only thing about having a soft bucking when you're shooting high FPS is they wear out quick. Because you got to think all the pressure from your BB skipping past your bucking, because your BB's accelerating before it actually gets to your bucking. Your lips hold the BB between the patch and between the lips and the patch, your BB's held. And whenever the air goes down, it shoves it past the bucking really quick, applies the backspin to it and whatnot. And yeah, so you can see if something's going by really quick, it'll take more material with it. Anyway. And that's why buckings are rated by FPS and hardness. So they recommend like a 70-degree bucking for 550 FPS plus, and so on and so forth. Nope, it should be all good. However, although not necessary, I would highly recommend a new barrel and bucking. Okay, maybe I should just read the comments, because I'm saying exactly what I'm saying right now. Which shows my knowledge still holds up. It's not fading at all. I'm not going insane. What? Did the AA chamber fit your stock outer barrel? Mine didn't, so I patted down the chamber and hammered a flathead on the chamber, not in, to push it down. Yes, mine fit fine in the Tokyo Marui VSR Pro outer barrel. The G-Spec, yeah, the G-Spec works fine too. I think it's the SEMA that always had the issues. Because the SEMA had a tighter... The SEMA you had to get, if you were going to upgrade anything cylinder-wise, with their... At the time this video came out anyway. I heard they actually came out later. Their specs were closer to TM spec, which is what all the parts are based around. That's why I went with a TM base gun. The SEMA receiver was actually tighter, like smaller around, than the standard spec. So if you wanted to upgrade your cylinder or your inside components of your receiver, you had to buy a new receiver. Or go to a machine shop and have it milled out, which if you did that, you're a fucking idiot. Because Action Army sells receivers that are cheaper than it would cost to have your one that you have machine.
Yeah. Oh, that would be perfect. R-O-Y. Okay, I just need to extend the R just right. And I might have to do that this way. Or that way. Maybe. That's too wide. So I'll just shave this off.
Never realized how large my feet were until I saw that behemoth of a footprint on the memory foam bit for the shower mat. Like, it's
nice.
It sucks. Awesome vid, man. By the way, I got one of those AGI barrels. One of the barrels I was talking about. Yeah. I got one of those AGI barrels for my VSR, unbridged. Oof. I'm sorry. I think the open cut version, yeah, that's the unbridged. I'm sorry, man. Do I need to file down the bucking like you mentioned in the video? Did I never comment to you?
If they comment,
that was 2 months ago.
Damn.
I may not have seen that.
I think I'm gonna make that one there.
Sorry for slow reply if you're watching this live stream.
No, I'll make that one there and that one there. Like so. No, that looks backwards. Oh, there we go. That one almost looks like that. No, it's still too wrong. It needs to be the same size. Maybe if it were these two. There we go. That looks okay. No, that one. And then use this slender one there. Maybe this one. Even so, it's gotta go there. Set just like so. That was too stretched. That one is almost right. This one might be the most right there is.
Alright, so I'm actually going to actively read this comment, or read this reply as I just made it. Okay. So YouTube, or no. Okay. So Bowen Zhang. Sorry for slow response. Just saw your comment while live streaming. Didn't get a notification from YouTube for once. Constantly get notifications. Apparently not for important shit. So unfortunately, our hubs are uncompatible with unbridged barrels, so filing would be very unnecessary, and actually I would not recommend it at all because you would literally have no hop. Like, your BBs wouldn't, they would fall out your barrel if you filed. Unless you're talking like the outside of your bucking where you take the little alignment bit off. That won't necessarily affect your accuracy, but there's no sense in you doing it because you can use that actually in your op-up chamber to align it. And in that case, it's fine to keep that nub on there because you don't actually have to rotate your bucking. Usually when we go to do our R-hop, we'll file down our bucking so it's smooth. And then what we'll do is we'll rotate the bucking 90 degrees to use the side of the bucking as the R-hop surface. So that way it's perfectly smooth. And all we're trying to do whenever we file down the inside of the bucking is make sure that that's not creating a deformity on the barrel to cause pressure inside of the hop-up chamber. So we have to take the alignment nub off so we can actually rotate the bucking and fit in the hop-up chamber. Also would recommend the MR hop from Maple Leaf. So since you're an unbridged barrel, the MR hop is basically like an R hop. It's designed for bridged barrels, but since it's an unbridged barrel, I think that's going to be your best bet. It has a smooth surface like an R-hop would be, like it would fit in the window. So when your BB goes into your barrel, it should line up still with your barrel and everything. And whenever your BB passes through, it'll put the pressure on it, same as it would as if it had an R-hop. The only difference is you won't have your support closer to your cylinder head, which inversely will actually give you more hop than it normally would for a regular barrel, which means you can lift heavier weight BBs than what your average bridge barrel will be. However, I find bridge barrels to be better in my case because the FPS that I'm pushing, I don't need more hop than what I already have. I'm pushing 550 with 0.2 gram BBs. I run 4.8s. I run a dual creep build, and I'm a terrible human. But yeah, I would recommend the MR hop from Maple Leaf. Next comment. Maybe. There we go. Just purchased this hop unit. Do you not need to install the hop-up lever to adjust the hop-up? Okay, this is a common issue with people that get the hop-up chamber. They don't exactly understand how the hop-up chamber works because at the time I made this video, there wasn't a whole lot of information out there on it. The whole reason I made this video was a person got a hold of me in the Philippines that needed information on the VSR. I was like, I'll just make a video on my gun and then it's accessible. And that's why this video ended up being so popular, is because it's a really, really good how to sniper tech. Just general sniper tech. A lot of good, useful information, being self-taught, but still really good. Okay, the hop-up lever doesn't work with this chamber. The side adjustment hop lever. You need to use a TDC or the Allen key through the bottom of the mag. So the TM has a little switch on the side that you can push forward and back to actually adjust the hop-up. But the Action Army hop-up has a screw in the bottom side that you tighten or loosen, and it goes up and down. Anyway.
Yeah.
How exactly do you adjust the hop-up on the Action Army chamber? 5 comments here. Remove the mag, and there is a hole behind the feed where your BB feeds in from the mag. And this hole is a hex screw that adjusts your hop-up. In my case, I have a TDC to adjust my hop-up via the turret on the top rail. You also have to cock your rifle to access the hole, because if your rifle is not cocked, your cylinder head is inside your chamber and it blocks the hole from being accessed, which would be on the other side of the nozzle. Do you know the size of hex? Question mark. Recomment. Question mark. Apologize, I didn't reply directly to your message. It's in the comments though, my bad. Because I made a previous comment on the size of the hex key and whatnot. Are you using the stock inner barrel or another kind of inner barrel? I'm using a PDI 601 inner barrel, 430 millimeters long, which is the standard for the VSR Pro model. The 601 from PDI is a actual full steel barrel. It's made of steel. Action Army makes a barrel that looks like a steel barrel. It's just a steel coated or nickel plated barrel. And I found this out. I actually didn't know this at the time that I actually made this comment, which they still work fine. But I found this out by whenever I was doing an RHOP for a friend for his DMR. You have to sand the bucket or sand the RHOP patch that I was telling you about, and I actually sanded down to brass, which helps with keeping price lower, which makes sense why Action Army. Can an Action Army inner barrel be used, or do they not work? Am I on my shit? I don't know what's going on here. Yes, any VSR cut sniper barrel, most sniper barrels are VSR cut. Will work. However, I recommend using a bridged inner barrel so it leaves the option for an R-hop later. Bridged means it has a piece of metal at the back of the hop window. Yours is $130. Probably going to buy Action Army one. Thank you. Yeah, not a problem. I run the Action Army in my DMR and love it, and I do. It's a 601. It's a good barrel.
That's why it's going wrong. And right there...
We've been streaming.
There.
We've been streaming for 49 minutes and 13 seconds. Maybe you should take a break. I would if I could, Mom.
Right there. And if I have it right,
okay.
Up.
Is that gun a TM or well?
I think he means what?
No, well. Well is a brand.
Oh, okay.
What kind of inner barrel you use and how long? Did you also change your cylinder head, or did the original head fit with the new hopper chamber? Okay, so the head will fit the hopper chamber. That's not the issue. The reason why I changed my head is because I wanted one that would be quieter. It actually has foam on the front of the head, on the back of the head, I guess, from the perspective of just the head. But as far as the cylinder, it'd be the front. it has a little rubber bit that dampens the sound and whatnot, makes it quieter, and it's also easier on like your spring and your piston as well for damage wise. But my comment reads, I have a TM with upgraded cylinder head, but the original one did fit. I have a PDI 601 430mm. No screws hold the hop-up chamber in place. So the screws that you use on the block to secure the stock hold the chamber in place, which are the block. So you have the hop-up chamber, which slides into your inner barrel, and the block goes on your inner barrel, but it screws into the hop-up chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And then the block, you screw your stock onto your gun using that block. So you screw the screw into the block, and it holds everything kind of in line. Oh, such an informative vid. Thanks. No problem. Glad I can help. If you ever have a question, don't be afraid to drop them in the comments. Brother, those...
Careful.
Yeah, right? I want exactly that. It's just that's how it started. Alright. Brother, those two screws with the large heads on the side of the hop-up. Do you have to back those out a little? There are little nubs on the inside where the BBs feed. They look like they might cause issues with feeding. Did you mess with those at all? This is where I talk about how to adjust the BB stoppers. That's what they're called. The purpose of those are when the bolt is pulled back and a BB down the barrel, you adjust them so the BB can easily pass through but not roll back. So you don't want it to roll back towards the cylinder, you want it to go towards the barrel or simply sit on the top of your mag. Because you don't want it to get in your cylinder space so your cylinder can't go all the way forward.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please mention the dimensions, characteristics of cylinder, cylinder holder, and others? Can you clarify? Not quite sure what you're asking. So, kind of the response to this is, so he's talking the dimensions, the characteristics of the cylinder, cylinder holder, and others. He's talking about the cylinder and the receivers. Cylinder and the receiver. So, cylinder volume varies from model of cylinder to model of cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
It's all dependent on the inside diameter of your cylinder and the length of your cylinder. And that's how you calculate cylinder volume for volume matching with your barrel and whatnot. And cylinder holder is your receiver, and that's dependent on manufacturer as well. The closer your spec is to your cylinder holder to your cylinder, the more straight pull it will be. You want a little bit of tolerance slack though for grease and whatnot in there, so you have a smooth pull. What other upgrades do you have in your VSR? Well, you see,
Mm-hmm.
not a whole lot on that gun is left stock. Let's see here. I don't think I ever replied to that comment. It was 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
What did I name the stream? Does it say it somewhere there? Damn it. Ow. Oh, there's stream view somewhere. Remember how to access it. I need to remember. That is not what I wanted. What How do I click it? Edit stream description. Here we go. Got it. I need to know. I couldn't remember what the title was. Okay. So, hold on. I told him I would do it around the 57-minute mark in the stream.
Do what?
I was just going to refer him to the stream because there'd be a whole lot of typing that I would do to describe what is still stock on my sniper rifle. It's easier to list what is stock on my sniper rifle than what I've upgraded. You mean
what's upgraded than...
No. Inverse. It's easier to list what is stock on my gun than it is to list what is upgraded.
Okay, good point.
Because that gun is fucking OP.
Got it.
Like, it's an internationally known sniper rifle. Apparently. Anyway, 57-minute mark. This one's for you. The guy in the comment section of the airsoft video. I'm waving my hand so you know this is the part. And yeah, we're about 30 seconds into the 57 minutes, so
and 3 shots.
Should be around here. No, we're more than that. that armaletta is almost gone. But I don't hurt. Anyway, coming up on the 58-minute mark, which is a minute after what I told you. So stuff that's stock on my sniper rifle. I kept the original the stock. The stock is stock. However, I covered it in something called Herculiner, which is a truck bed liner, which contains Kevlar stranding bits, which added a really nice texture to the rifle. It's like a rubberized texture type of truck bed liner, not like what is the well-known truck bed liner? Linex. It's not like Linex. Linex is kind of like a plastic. I didn't like that feel. That's kind of what the TM feels like originally. And the TM stock isn't known for being all that sturdy to begin with. It's kind of just feels like a toy. However, I coated in Herculiner. Stock is incredibly strong now. Feels like I threw a McMillan stock on it, which is a very high-end real steel stock. The Kevlar coating added nice texture. So even with gloves, like as long as they were reasonably thin gloves, not like overkill like winter gloves, I could still kind of feel my my gun. And if my gun ever got wet or whatnot, my gloves didn't slip from my grip or whatnot, I could still make a very nice shot on it. The bolt handle is the original bolt handle that is on the gun. The receiver is original. The trigger guard is original. The outer barrel is original. However, the end cap for the outer barrel is aftermarket, so that way I could score on a suppressor. The butt pad for the stock is original. I want to say that's it. Alright, now to upgraded parts. Okay, the trigger, the trigger's upgraded, the sears that came with the trigger, the piston's upgraded, the cylinder is upgraded, the hop-up chamber's upgraded, the bucking's upgraded, the outer barrel is modified to work with my TDC. The Action Army hop-up chamber now is modified to fit my screw heads. I actually drilled out the space that fits the the screw for my TDC so I can fit my bigger headed screw so it doesn't pull through my chamber and cost me $60 every 3 months because that got fucking old quick. Anyway, I have a Mars tactical rail on it from PDI, which I got from Simon Osborne from the UK. I have a UTG SWAT scope on it, which now has, in the video, it currently had, I think it had straws in a electrical tape roll stuck into the front of the scope and electrical taped in to reduce glare. Now it has something a little more sophisticated. So I can't find an anti-glare cap for the scope. However, I found a link to a website that makes honeycomb-style plastics, and I was able to cut my own anti-glare device to stick into it. So it has that now, which is really nice and less rednecky, and I can see a whole lot better. And it actually serves as something I would trust to protect my scope, so I don't need to tape up so much of my scope anymore. Because, yeah. Anyway, so that's upgraded. The barrel is a PDI 601, has a Skis TDC turret, and then the base, I actually messaged him, and he actually custom made that for my rifle, and it's actually available on his website still. Basically, it's the same as all his base parts for his Skis TDC, except instead of having the curvature for the outer barrel of your VSR, it's a flat base. So I can stick it on top of my Mars rail, and then it goes down into my hopper chamber. And yes, I drove my Mars rail. Yes, I realize it's a $400 rail. Y'all can fuck off. It works great. Anyway, so I also put a spacer on the front side of my Mars rail that goes between the Mars rail and the outer barrel, just on the opposite side of my hopper chamber. That was a more recent addition. Reason I did that is because when I was applying a lot of hop to my barrel, whenever I tighten it down really tight for those really heavyweight BBs, I believe HPA came out with 0.68 gram BBs. They called them the Rock. They were made of concrete. They exist. Anyway, whenever I tightened my hopper chambers so I could actually hop those, it applied an immense amount of pressure, and it was actually causing my rail to pull down, which it's a lot of pressure from the hopper chamber and whatnot. And if I didn't have my hopper chamber modified, that screw would have for sure just pulled through my hopper chamber. It would have been another $65. Receiver stock, but that's probably going to change next upgrade I do. Actually, second to next upgrade I do on it. Reason being is the Mars rail that I have it on now. There's screws that go from the rail into the receiver. Only one of those screws is actually still holding it because I stripped all the other ones out because I'm a dumbass. Those screws don't have to be all that tight. There's 2 of them in the back, 2 of them in the front. Be sure your front one is somewhat loose, though. Anytime you go to remove your barrel, you remove the threads on your barrel as well. Which you can see in almost any VSR disassembly video ever. You can watch them rip their threads out of their outer barrel, and it's fucking hilarious. Anyway, so moving forward, I have the Action Army hopper chamber, which I told you was modified. I have a Maple Leaf Autobot. I think I had the Autobot. Yeah, I think I had the Autobot now bucking in there. It is a 80-degree bucking. I used to run the 75, but the thing is with an R-hop, you want to go with the hardest bucking you can because it's really all about just your air seal. It's not really about BB pressure, whatnot, your FPS, because your patch is what's going to wear out, not your bucking. So I just want that bucking that's going to last a really long time, because the thing that's going to worry about wear is going to be my cylinder head when it inserts into the hop-up chamber and makes contact with the bucking slips, because that'll wear out. That's what wore out on my 70 degree. So I have an 80-degree bucking. I foam packed between the outer barrel and the inner barrel, so that way it increases suppression on my gun. You don't have the reverberation from the noise the BB makes as it travels down the barrel, which is really minuscule, but it does make a difference. The barrel cap, which I mentioned, and then I have a custom suppressor, which I bought a friend. I think it was a Knight's Armament suppressor, to which how do I say this without making the ATF mad? I did stuff to. I did really naughty stuff to the suppressor to make it extra quiet. That's what we're going with. Okay. The look on your face. Anyway.
I mean, this is a video about being naughty.
She has a point. So, yeah, that's what I did. Also, for more suppression, I filled the stock with craft foam at the back, and every crevice that I could fit craft foam, not the dense craft foam, but like mattress top type craft foam. That's the best thing. I like the stuff you'd find on a mattress topper, not memory foam, but like just standard cheap ass foam. Mm-hmm. That's what I filled the stock with, every crevice I could. And my mock suppressor may or may not contain that in it as well. ATF, don't listen. It's really quiet. For comparison as to like noise levels, my gun shoots 550 FPS with 0.2 gram BBs. Anything past 25 yards, if the BB passes within 3 feet of you and you're downrange on a windless day, the BB whizzing past you is much louder than the gun is. You cannot hear the gun at 25 yards. You can't. It's fucking terrifying. And then you put a tracer unit on it and put some like 2 5-gram BBs on it, and you hold heads down really well, because that is really terrifying at night. Because when you can see the BB, yeah. So yeah, I hope that kind of answers your question too, as what is stock and whatnot. And that took up way too much time. But the Allen key, I believe, is 2mm for the adjustment. What are the 2 black circle screws that align that for that are in line with the outer barrel? Oh, I know what he's talking about. Okay, so that hold the bucking in place. They don't hold the bucking in place. They hold your barrel in place. Those 2 screws screw into your... There's a little sleeve that keeps your barrel centered in your hop-up chamber. It slides over your barrel into the hop-up chamber. It keeps your barrel from having an angle to it coming out of the hop-up chamber. Make sure it's all true. And they screw down onto that, or no, they screw past it, pinch the barrel really tight, so that way it keeps everything from twisting. And then you have 1 screw on the bottom that screws up and basically pushes on that plastic to keep the plastic from swiveling. And that's what you're talking about there. Seems like they're trying to hold the BB, the placement of the BB, trying to figure out. Okay, so there you're talking about the BB stopper. That's a different thing, which I've covered. Mm-hmm. Read the comments if you're watching the video. Those are the cylinders to BB. Yeah, BB stoppers. Yeah. Oh, he already replied back. Thanks. Yep, no problem. Glad I can help. And help again. What's the square-shaped thing over the front of your scope? That is a redneck modification, makeshift anti-glint. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's makeshift anti-glint. What the tape does is when the sun shines into your scope, you'll get glare from it. So what the tape does is the tape keeps the glare from the scope coming out. It's more likely to shine onto the scope itself, or onto the backside of the tape rather than coming out of your scope and basically waving a giant "here, this is where I am" sign to whoever the person you're shooting at is. How would I upgrade my VSR 10 and maintain the stock FPS? My field has a limit of 2.2 joules with 0.3 gram BBs. With means, it has to stay at or under 297. I know it's weird. It's not really weird. UK does a lot of stuff like that to where their gun laws and stuff, you got to be really, really low limits. In Japan, out of all of them, is the worst. You had to have 300 FPS or below to actually play airsoft, which is sad because they don't actually, because the FPS limit is so low there, they don't actually change the FPS limits for snipers and whatnot. So your pistol there can shoot just as hot as your sniper rifle can, therefore have the same amount of range that your sniper rifles have. Therefore, if you're having a sniper rifle versus a semi-automatic pistol, it's a challenge, to say the least. So I replied, keep the stock spring and then build your gun. So if you end up with over your joule limit, slowly cut off coils on your spring until you reach the limit. Make sure you put the cut side in the piston. So the reason why you want to put the cut side inside your piston is because that's always making contact with your piston and pressure, and it's a lot less likely to scratch, and then it's not against your cylinder guide, which can slip around a lot and whatnot, because the piston actually has support around the end. Anyway, so I'm assuming the same applies to L96. Yeah, all sniper rifles are kind of the same. So you want to kind of start with barrel bucking barrel bucking hop-up area. You can go into your triggers. That's not necessarily a thing that you need. However, I enjoy having a 90-degree trigger setup because that makes it to where if you put the slightest amount of pressure on the trigger drops, which is really nice. It's a really clean break. Drops your piston. As soon as you're ready to make that shot, the shot goes and it's gone. Barrel bucking, general tuning. If you want to get into it, look at sniper tuning videos, like for just finite tuning of just different stuff. For depending on what sniper rifle you have, there's different things and mods you can do that can increase the accuracy to your sniper rifle. Alright, thank you. I'm assuming the same applies to L96. Yes. Okay. Can you explain for what the two black screws which hobos inside the chamber with which you can screw in with screwdriver? Kaylee, can you answer this?
What?
Can you answer this question?
I don't think I understand what the question was anymore.
Alright, so I've covered this like
3 times.
Three times in this live stream.
Yeah.
It gets asked a lot though in the comment section because a lot of people don't know it's for the BB stoppers.
I remember you saying something about the 2 black.
Yeah, it's for the BB stoppers. It keeps the BBs from rolling back. Thank you very much. I have a second question. Why you cut out the positioning of the bucking? Can't you just cut the knob inside the bucking? The reason why I'm asking is I'm going to make RHOP in a few weeks. Okay, so the reason why you have to cut that is because you have to rotate your brake. You don't necessarily have to, but you'll get better accuracy if you have a smooth, consistent, clean surface on the inside of your bucking. Unless you get a bucking that's custom made for RHOP, you need to cut that tab off so you can rotate the bucking. Which I told him, he's like, got it, thanks, good. Got it, good, thanks. How many FPS have you gained or lost, and is the FPS consistent, better, or worse than stock hop-up? Yes. Action Armory hop-up improved my FPS, general consistency, and eliminated a one-way curve from the stock chamber hop-up. So the stock chamber hop-up, and a lot of people discovered this, it's a plastic hop arm. TM uses a plastic stop arm to keep costs down, which they already charged $300 for the gun. Hashtag buy the SSG-10 because it exists now. Not when I bought this. And it's still really close to spec. Anyway, so the plastic hop arm, it would shift to one side of the hop-up chamber while hop was applied. After shooting for a few times due to vibrations, it would shift to one side and therefore would create the BB2 curve really hard to one side and cause issues. A metal hop arm keeps, assuming that your screw that goes through the hop arm is pretty tight tolerances, you won't have the tilting of the hop arm and it'll put direct pressure down. But yeah, it gets better FPS because the air seal is a lot tighter on it. You can do the mods like the dental floss and Teflon tape mods to your standard hop-up chamber. However, whenever I did it to my hop-up chamber, trying to do both to maximize a full seal for my hop-up chamber, it's really hard to screw the hop-up chamber together. With the Action Army hop-up chamber, it's a really, really tight tolerance fit. It's actually pretty snug just to put your barrel into your gun. So I still do the Teflon mod. I don't do the dental floss mod because it's not necessary. I do have full seal across my bucking to my barrel. And eventually, after a lot of tuning and work, I was able to achieve full seal from my cylinder to the end of my barrel. However, I was never able to achieve, just because of volumetric ratios, it just wasn't feasible. I wasn't able to achieve full seal all the way to the end of my suppressor, which I may have had full seal to the end of my suppressor. It's just the thing is, whenever I let my finger off the end of my suppressor, there's no way to tell because the volume between the barrel and my suppressor added up together was more than what the cylinder was. So the compression that I had there wasn't enough to really hear it go tss or anything like that, like you normally would if you took your thumb off after firing your gun. My local field has FPS, not joule requirements, so I set my hop up for 4 or 5 HPA views and then use 0.2s at chrono booth. This is where I'm talking I'm a dickhead at my local field. But if the local field allows it, this is something that you should do. You're not going to hurt someone with the amount of joule creep that you get from your sniper rifle as long as you're mindful of your minimum engagements. I talked with the field owner and whatnot, and we come to agreed. Normal sniper engagements are a 100-foot engagement because the way I built my sniper rifle, and I felt it was necessary, and I asked him to figure out what would be necessary for a minimum engagement. And we settled on a number around 120 feet is what I set mine up to be. But I'm at point blank. My joules were, so 2.8 is standard field limit, which is 550 FPS with 0.2s. I tested my gun once, and I was at 3.6 joules at point blank, which is, it's immense. It's a lot of pain. If you got shot with the point blank, which I did to someone once on accident, I'll fill you in on that. It was, I swear to God, and when you hear the story, you'll understand how it was an accident. At that certain distance, I still have, even shooting 3.6 joules, I still have issues with people calling their hits. It's airsoft. People are dickheads. Get over it. Anyway, yeah. So HPA BB and use 0.2 at chrono booth. My 601 type board gives me a nice joule creep from 0.2, going from 0.28 to max peak of 3.5 joule, which 3.5, 3.6, somewhere in there. Still feel legal because FPS requirements. Whenever I shoot a 0.2 at my chrono booth, which is what they chrono with 0.2 regardless of what your gun model is, except for high pressure air using an air system like well, I guess not like your standard CO2 pistons and whatnot, but like using HPA systems, they use a 3.2. because you're pushing a set volume of air, much like I am with it's valve timing. So your valve is open for so long, regardless of your pressure of air. So if you're using a heavier weight BB, you're exponentially joule creeping compared to like what my sniper rifle is. For example, if you're using a HPA system, you're using 0.2 at chrono, and you put like a 4 or 5 in there, you would not lose the same amount of velocity as I would. So I'm continuing on my thing. Still feel legal because FPS requirements. Me not being an asshole, I pulled the field owner aside to let him know about my gun, and for safety of others to set a 120-foot med over the ordinary 100. And I got a thumbs up on the video. Because I'm not a dickhead. Did you know you could use an AG barrel with a Action Army VSR chamber? I was looking for the info, and it actually said it did not. Few things I noticed. The A chamber is so tight there is no point in the I'm assuming he's talking the TDC mod, which there isn't a necessity for it, but the Teflon tape mod. It isn't necessary for the Teflon tape. It really does have a really good seal. However, in my experience, the tolerances, just because manufacturer tolerances, I wasn't able to achieve a full seal with the chamber and the bucking, or the chamber, bucking, and barrel alone. I went ahead and Teflon taped it, and I've always done so just for insurance, because between temperature differences here where I play, we're talking temperatures from 120 degrees peak to down around playing temperatures. We'll play in these temperatures down around -2 degrees Fahrenheit, of course. So that being the temperature stuff, the expansion and contraction of my bucking barrel combination, I've had to adjust my hop up on the fly during a game because of the temperature fluctuation. Because of the expanding and contraction, it applies more or less hop. So I apply the Teflon tape mod to ensure that no matter what the temperature is, I have a full seal. Also, what is the point in taking a VSR bucking that has a factory RHOP patch like the Maple Leaf Autobot, cut it down, and adding an RHOP patch? Okay. It doesn't have a factory RHOP patch. It has a V-style nub bit on it, which applies hop up on 2 sides of the BBs. It's not uniform like an RHOP patch is. The MR hop is really close to an RHOP patch though, and I've considered giving it a try in my DMR. Because I've seen the way the MR hop patch looks, and it's basically an RHOP. Anyway, I mean, for real, man, LOL. The VSR bucking are already RHOPs, LOL. No, they aren't. No. That's why I did an RHOP. The idea of adding RHOP to VSR makes 0 sense to me. Well, I hope if you watch this video, it makes sense now. They're necessary. Anyway, I had tons of RHOPs also, so this isn't a RHOP, it's a waste. No, it's an RHOP. Believe me, and several people I've shot agree it's not a waste. It makes a difference. When you can shoot someone in the ear at 100 yards consistently, not just on some random shot, just at 100 yards at 300 feet consistently, shoot them in the ear. It's not a waste. It's painful, and it's entertaining.
It's entertaining.
This is a VRS bucking, or it's a VSR, not a VRS. bucking already have a nice big patch similar to our hop. Okay. Comments? Alex, the bucking are not our hops. Yes, they work really well, and they do. The Autobot bucking and the Decepticon buckings do work really, really well factory for being buckings. However, now that it's out there, I do recommend the MR Hop bucking from Maple Leaf if you're going to go with any of them. The bucking has a mound that doesn't perfectly conform to the inside of the barrel like an R hop does. As barrels vary in outer barrel and inner diameter to produce a R-hop bucking, you would have to nearly produce a bucking for each manufacturer of the barrels. And this is true. However, MR Maple Leaf kind of went with the thinner side of what you would expect to be your average size thickness of barrel. So whenever you apply your hop to your barrel, it's uniform across it. You just have to apply more hop to it, so that way it may not match up with the inside of your barrel. It's not a supplement for an R hop, but it's the closest thing to basically having a drop in R hop without having to glue and whatnot, and it's pretty nice. You can actually apply pressure and have something that's close to the R hop. Close enough, I think. I haven't tested it. But in theory and the way I've seen it work and the way I've seen the videos, it matches up close enough to what an R-hop is that you can't really justify the cost unless you're doing it yourself to do an R-hop anymore. Anyway, Teflon tape makes the difference where I live with often rapid temperature changes. Oh my god. Deja vu. Contact at different rates. The Teflon tape allows for full seal in these conditions. If you're using an AEG barrel in an Action Army chamber, you can't use a BSR bucking, as they do not align with the grooves of the barrel, but yes, you can use an AEG barrel. So, the reason why in most hop-up chambers you can't use an AEG barrel is because the cuts in the side of the barrel don't align with the snaps for the hop-up chamber. The Action Army hop-up chamber is completely uniform on the inside, so you don't have to worry about your snap points. So you can rotate your barrel 360 degrees all the way around whichever way you want. You can make that thing hop straight in the dirt by applying hop. Well, you can't, I guess, technically, but no, you can't. You can make that thing hop straight in the dirt, but you'd have to feed the gun through behind the cylinder, and it would be pointless because it wouldn't function. It'd be a pain in the ass to use. Anyway, moving on. You shouldn't tell people to shave off the outer barrel alignment channel, my guy. It's there for a reason, with a small amount of lube that fits in just fine. Otherwise, you're going to have issues with shots and feeding. You are inserting it improperly, and that's why it doesn't fit for you.
A small amount of lube, anything fits properly.
I couldn't have said it better myself. But the shaving off of that nub, or the nub on the outside of the barrel, wasn't for that purpose of having it insert. Yes, it fits fine, fits great. Don't cut that bit off if you're not doing an R-hop, because that bit aligns in the side of your Action Army hopper chamber, which I believe I discussed in the video. So if you watch the video all the way through, I don't know what to tell you here.
Go watch the video.
Go watch the video. Subscribe to Mini Life. For replies. It is necessary to take the alignment channel off the bucking if you wish to do a proper R-hop, so that you remove the mound on the bucking, you rotate it perfectly smooth to contact surface with the R-hop, which I've discussed. I never discussed shaving anything off the outer barrel, which I didn't. Don't take anything off the outer barrel. The outer barrel shouldn't have anything on it to begin with. This process is only for R-hopping and is not necessary or recommended if you're using standard bucking and barrel set. Apologies for any confusion. And that's all the comments on the VSR Sniper Action Army Hava video. Are we done being naughty?
No, I don't just found the tape.
Alright, she found tape, so we're just started getting naughty. Christ, I need more bourbon.
I need scissors.
Right. So, I will be right back.
No. Did you pause it or something?
They still have audio. I'm not happy, but like, I just took off the video for a bit.
Oh, so that they don't see your ass standing up or something?
They don't see my alcoholism. Sorry. Correction. They don't see the creation of my alcoholism.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. I'm almost out.
You're just gonna hate me for this.
We're taping on the table.
Don't bump the table! I'm specifically taping it so it doesn't move.
No, I don't want the technical difficulties.
Huh.
Yeah, I'll show you that screen later.
Is that
Hey! No, it's a technical difficulty stream, like we're having issues with video working or audio working or whatnot. I'll put that screen on because my computer's shit. Sometimes that stuff happens.
Yeah.
Hey, only 15% of the frames over the last 2 minutes. Over last 2 minutes ago. Whatever. You don't make sense. Don't judge.
Someone's got to keep the alcohol companies in business. What the fuck are you doing?
What did I just say?
I never said I was judging. I'm just asking. I wouldn't be able to judge if I didn't know what the hell was happening.
Do you want to know?
No.
Do you want to know what's happening?
You know what? I don't. Okay.
Why'd you ask?
What the hell did you just...
I didn't know what that was. Oh, I bet it was the box and the crochet hook and thimble. Ah, my ribs! I was grabbing them. You know what? Anyway, you're asking what I was doing? I was practicing. For what?
For whenever you get those ribs taken out.
Oh my God. I wasn't ready.
That's what she said. We're all going to hell. Me, you, the viewers.
I have my place.
That's right. You stuck around for a reason, and we know what it was.
I have my place.
Oh, wait, there are no viewers?
Sitting right next to
I guess we're going to hell alone.
Don't worry, there'll be 11 tomorrow. Anyway. Yeah, I have my place already reserved. It's right next to...
My mom was driving the bus.
It's right next to the throne, to which Caitlin is sitting on.
That's right.
But it's not in another chair. It's more like
you get a little pillow on the floor,
exactly,
like the puppy dog.
It's like a puppy dog. We've had this discussion.
You actually had that discussion.
This was a literal discussion that we've had.
what I said.
Issues in our family we have.
Yes, sir.
Fuck.
I can't stand that I can do that well. That's not good. Okay,
How well can you do the whale impressions from down Periscope? I kind of want to hear it. Come on.
Do it. I can't. I'm laughing too much. I can make regular whale
Welcome aboard.
when I get a hiccup. Oh. I wonder if your computer heard that.
I didn't know you were gonna do it.
You were prepared.
How was it? You waited for me to take a drink, Dad. Thank you for that. Now I will have it forever. Watch the audio cut out just for that part. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Oh wait, that's what they've been saying the whole stream.
They're not asking anymore. They're just kind of staring on it all like a train wreck. Slow train wreck.
Hold on, wait.
What?
I got this part for Caitlin. Okay. It's marked hour 36, 30 seconds. Okay.
Hour?
So, yeah. Hold on. Subscribe to Minilad. See? Did it.
No, but last time you were
It's
like staring.
Yeah, she's like, what is he doing?
You're just like.
Subscribe to Minilad. If I had $1 for every time I said that in stream, I'd probably have like $6 now.
Keep videos open. Maybe I'll get a couple more. See that, Minilad? It's free sponsorship.
See, I think the key to YouTube, it's not how good your content is, it's just how much shit you put out.
That's right, you gotta put out.
Hush.
Too late. You said it. You gotta put out more, buddy. You gotta put out.
God damn it. There wasn't enough alcohol in that bottle. I'm starting sober.
You think there wasn't enough alcohol. This freaking viewers just got the shock of their life when they saw my face.
You didn't have any. You don't need it.
I said the viewers.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they need more.
When they saw your... yeah.
Way to get the joke. You look like
Chills.
you're slowly coming into...
Okay, Chills. Way to get the joke.
I think it sounded more like that retard from that other beach movie.
No, he sounded like Chills. I was like, I recognize this. What is this? This is Chills. Way to get the joke. Number 5.
The idiot that drinks alcohol and plays on his fucking computer.
Drinking alcohol and playing with myself. Let's get naughty. Oh, God. Life decisions went wrong along the way to this moment.
All of them. I need to go get paint.
Well, not all of them.
Give me a second. I gotta go to the car.
I mean, like, 90% of them? Wait, you're getting paint?
Yes.
Oh, hand paint. I don't know why. I was thinking spray paint.
You know what I'm gonna do?
And I was like, you're a fucking dumbass. That's a glass table. Yeah, just rub your table down with silicone before you start, and you can literally wipe it right off. That wasn't a joke. Silicone makes stuff water resistant.
That's not okay. That's not what I said. What I meant by it. I mean, I said it, but you know what I mean.
Hold on, can you say that louder in that same tone of voice so the viewers can hear? That one too. If you waterboard someone, are you drowning their sorrows?
Buddy, that's a really, really good question. Okay? That's a really good question. I promise it's a good question. Did you say drowned?
Yeah. Oh, drowned? Like with emphasis on the ED?
Yeah.
No.
Like drowning? Like, okay.
Drown.
Okay.
You drowned it, dude.
I went into alcohol, sir.
Subscribe to Michael Reeves.
What?
This guy that made the Screaming Roomba.
Oh, right. That's right.
Michael Reeves, you're watching. Send me a Screaming Roomba.
Please.
Please.
I want it to scream in a anime child's voice. Only curse words.
I don't get you program it for that. Just make the Roomba, send it this way, and I can do the audio clip. Put them in the API and whatnot that it's reading.
No. Don't do that. I hear his voice enough.
I wasn't gonna use my voice. No one wants to hear that.
Would you? Carefully plug this in. Dick?
No, I was gonna plug it into my ass, but you know.
No, I'm gonna use it on your dick.
Plug it in. Oh, Pledge commercials.
Mm-hmm. That wasn't Pledge. That was
Glade? What's it called? It's Glade or Pledge. It's one of the scenty things that you stick in a wall.
Pledge is a duster.
Yeah, but they make scenty things too.
No, they make a dust thing.
They used to make scenty things, didn't they? Maybe it was Glade. Maybe it was just Glade. I don't know.
I think there was another one besides Glade that was a Pledge. No, it was Glade.
If you exist and you're watching this video right now and you know the answer, comment it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Alright.
Tattoo time.
7 likes, and I will use this hot glue gun on some exposed part of his body. 100 likes.
Jesus.
And I will use this hot glue gun on exposed part of his body.
Airsoft video,
I will do it.
My airsoft video actually has 100 likes. That's feasible.
Yeah, you got 60-something subscribers. I'm sure if they all told their friends about it.
It's very infeasible, but it's still feasible. It could happen.
You coulda.
But for the subscribers' purposes, can we be more specific on what we're sealing?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking like if it's just 100 likes, then I might just do a nipple. But if I can tape you down,
so things that could be exposed but aren't not necessarily
that aren't usually exposed in a normal setting.
Hey, my editor, censor this. This bit here. I'm just kidding. I don't have an editor. I'm broke.
You get to glue down his third nipple so it doesn't jiggle as much anymore.
How do you know? Oh, God, my life's on. Christ, I need more bourbon.
I still don't see why you're talking to God about this shit.
I'm not talking to God. Dear Demon Lord Lucifer. Hold up.
What's up? Oh yeah, you're gonna get pictures of me hot gluing shit.
I was gonna let them watch you fill the crack.
That's right. That's what I'm
That's gonna use a lot of fucking glue.
I've got a whole package of the glue sticks. I've never done something like this before, and I've still got to paint this shit, so...
I have.
What?
That ain't enough glue sticks for what you're doing, the way you're doing it.
Shh. I'm not filling the cracks.
I know.
I'm just gluing a couple of them together at a time.
I'm aware. I done clay tiles to make a Minecraft pickaxe once.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so cute. I didn't know that you were cute.
It was fucking horrendous. It was terrible. The art teacher bitched at me for using up all their hot glue sticks.
Mm.
For good reason, because they used up all their hot glue sticks, but that's beside the point. But yeah, I made a ceramic diamond pickaxe. It was this big.
Mm-hmm.
It did not hold together long. Actually, we had to put it in the kiln tile by tile.
Mm.
And then try to assemble it with a hot glue gun so it wouldn't hold together. Because I wanted to make it a solid piece and carve out the tiles as a texture effect. But the thing is it wouldn't fit in the kiln.
Mm-hmm.
Because the kiln is like...
little kids...
no, it's like this big.
Yeah.
But it's just... The pickaxe is just like... So the kiln is this big. The pickaxe was this big.
Got it. No! I got glue strings. I hate it when that happens. Fucking haven't used hot glue.
What flavor did you get?
Just vanilla. No, bitch.
It says if you eat these, you'll be impact tough within 45 seconds and water resistant. See? Right there. Impact tough within 45 seconds and you'll be water resistant.
I need another one right now.
Are you realizing how much this is going to take now?
I don't give a fuck.
No, I'm saying you won't be able to glue all those pieces.
Yeah, but that's why I'm starting right here where the middle is. So I get all the important ones in. Stay.
I'm not rickrolling this live stream. And the live stream's probably been
never
going
gonna
for
let you down.
Almost 2 hours.
Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Shut up, I like the damn song.
I enjoy it too. But that's not the point. Put your arms around me. No. We're not singing that song. Don't want to get demonetized.
What does monetized mean?
Who the fuck says demonetized you keep trying to get? I swear I'll kill this motherfucker. Oh my god, we have a viewer.
Do we?
That made you look.
Bitch. I fucking knew it as soon as I looked up too. I was like, oh my gosh, wait.
Hold up. Hold up.
We're not important.
You're lying. And they can probably bottom of this cup working in the live stream.
Okay.
Because it's been going for almost 2 hours. It's a long ass live stream.
Well, you got a good comment stream out of it.
No, I didn't. Well, I mean, I did, but comments didn't. Like, I will be so genuinely impressed if a subscriber, or even just a regular person, watches this video all the way through.
Nobody's gonna stumble upon this damn video.
You'd be surprised. Like my Fallout video, even my Fallout videos, even my little GTA streams that have like 12 views, has views in like Vietnam and the Philippines, where they don't even understand why I'm... Sorry, that might be offensive. Probably don't understand what I'm saying. I'm assuming that I'm assuming the YouTube algorithm was just like... No, they speak Spanish. Anyway, but I'm pretty sure the YouTube algorithm, while they were sleeping, was like, hey, this guy could use some views. Slip it in. Tell me what you did, and I may let you live.
Did you whiskers on your face?
It made a really satisfying noise.
You would probably be better at ASMR videos.
Hold up.
With your computer apparently doing what it does.
You gotta turn the audio up. I apologize in advance. To ear rape level. Now, if you listen really closely... Let's get this in the video. Hear that? It sounds like whenever you're peeling flesh off children.
No, children's flesh comes off a little smoother because they're young.
I said what it sounds like.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't sound that bad because it comes off smoother.
You see, usually I leave them alive though. It makes it a little bit more noisy, but you get the satisfaction of their screams.
That's always the best part. The satisfaction of the screams.
Now the best part is after the dead, whenever you have demonetized. Oh god. Alright, we're going back to regular audio.
Demonetized.
That was bad. Where'd I go?
Going to hell, I am. Yes, buddy. I'm going with you.
I'm gonna go alone. I hate people. Are you allowed to slay people on your way to hell?
Slay?
Yeah. Like, just murder the shit out of people on your way to hell.
Like, I'm pretty sure by the time that you've, like, been sentenced, you're probably already dead.
That exactly. But can you, like, slay the souls?
I think that you'd have to... Maybe you'd have to consume them at that point. Because, like, they'd already be dead,
do that
too.
anyway, but...
They'd already be dead, too, though. So... it wouldn't be very beneficial. I keep closing this thing, and I need another one.
I never closed it. Did I close it?
I think
I did close it. Because I remember doing an action that was similar to this.
But that might have been just you rolling a joint.
No, this... Never mind. Caitlin, don't watch my live streams. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Those papers are in the other room. You know it.
Mm-hmm.
But I almost won't.
We just, experiment a little. No.
One of these days, we're gonna pull those cards out and see what the fuck they're about.
You haven't already?
No, because I haven't had anyone to fucking play with. Remember the whole part about having friends and me not? Yeah, that part.
Oh, yeah.
That's been my issue, and I need 3 people. It's hard enough for me to have one friend at the same time. Shush. Caitlin, don't watch my streams. Don't watch my streams, please. Jesus.
So this went from looking kind of elegant to looking like a hot glue mess.
Hey, you know what did the same thing? My Minecraft pickaxe.
And I'm just like adding to it and not giving
So did you decide you were gonna make a mosaic, or did you just group a bunch of knots together?
No, I've got a shape in here already. So you see the big ones? This one, there's an R, and that's an O. This is a Y, A, L, S. It's for my mother-in-law. Because she's a fan of the KC Royals. Go. Fuck, that's baseball, right?
Yeah.
Go baseball, Team.
The fuck are you on to see royals in that?
You're on the other side of this.
It doesn't matter. I can read upside down fucking fine. And that says, not Knoty, the fucking royals.
Screw you.
No.
Okay.
God. I'm a child. I'm a goddamn child.
It took you this long to realize.
No, I just enjoy confessing it.
I do.
So then, when I'm alone in my free time, it's pedophilia. God damn! Demonetize! Oh shit. That wasn't that funny. It was actually just fucking terrible.
You've been drinking, and I'm tired as hell.
I know. And you laughing is making me fucking lose my shit.
I'm not even making that weird sound I usually make when I laugh. Shut the fuck up. That's my job. To make that
sound.
Shut
the fuck up?
No, to make that sound.
I enjoy that sound. You know. Don't worry, you shut the fuck up.
Hey, you little button thief. So, I got a good question. And I wonder...
That's the comment section. Maybe they'll know. Oh, that's right. I don't have people. Maybe I should just, like, get all of the people. Or stream on Twitch where you're guaranteed to get at least computer bot viewers. I swear that's a thing, too. You'll get bot viewers on Twitch.
Damn.
Just to not make you feel bad.
And then you get the occasional 3-year-old, 12-year-old, I don't fucking know.
The reason why I know it's bot viewers is because whenever I go in to check, it's a really random, like, name for the account that's viewing. Like, just random letters, numbers, and stuff. And the account was created 30-something seconds ago.
Yep.
And you randomly stumbled across this video? I am sorry. I am so sorry that you couldn't find something better. Hey, but if they want an honest stream, if they want a god-honest stream, or a regular honest stream, like, you won't find a more honest stream. Like, for being true, this is just true.
It's true shit, but it's true.
Shit is real.
We can prove it. This video is shit. There you go. Proof. All the proof you need. I need another glue stick. We were done doing the down periscope seal impressions.
Oh, that wasn't a seal. And it's a whale. They never do seal impressions.
They do a whale and dolphins.
Yeah, but not a seal. That's an entirely different animal.
I kind of want to just, like, have a pink submarine.
We all live in a pink submarine. No, not submarine. Not at all. What's long, hard, and full of semen? Submarine. Or a naval battleship. Didn't hurt me. Oh my fucking god. Amaretto sunk right to the bottom of this fucking glass.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't stir your alcohol.
Stir.
No, that's shaken, not stirred.
It's like a goddamn syrup. It's not bad. It's just better with something else. Oh.
I can smell a shit from here.
I can't smell shit.
I'm glad we can't smell shit.
Does it smell bad? Usually amaretto smells pretty good.
It smells like a vanilla-y scent. I don't know.
So your mom would break out and die.
No, it's only when it's like super shitty shit. If it's like in a baked thing, then it's fine.
It's in a baked thing. Remember the papers are in there. That was bad. That's so bad.
Yeah, well, see, we got the papers there, and then we got the plant right there behind the computer.
You want to fucking die? That's how you die. Let's just
smoke a fucking rosemary plant.
Let's just roll up that entire plant and smoke it. Oh, this is good shit, man. Is that K-Ro syrup? That's what's so sappy? Damn right. Okay.
K-Ro syrup and rosemary. Is the washing machine still going? Because I'm pretty sure
I never heard it beep.
Supposed to go for.
Did it go for the entire cycle?
Well, even if it went for the entire cycle. Why are you getting a new
washing machine if it works fine?
Hold on.
Why is my glove in the floor?
Even if it went for the entire cycle, why is it still going 2 hours later?
Oh no, that's the heater. That's the air blowing right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm fucking old. Holy hell, it went for the entire cycle.
Yay!
I never get that lucky. Whenever I did my laundry with this hoodie in it, that ended up freaking reeking because I fell asleep before I could switch it over. You know how many times I had to restart that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Every 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I know.
It's like a 15-minute cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Because I put it for, and pardon the comment section, please be somewhat mature about this. I put it on heavy load. I couldn't even do it. Comments go fucking wild.
You think the comments can get worse than the two of us right now?
Yeah, this is fucking YouTube. They can. Sorry, this is regular YouTube.
Fucking YouTube is down the street.
I'll send a link. No, it's just Pornhub link. They click it. What the fuck is this? It's a random video. I mean, if you think about it, it really is.
Hey, I know a guy.
I know this. He does Star Wars stuff.
He also does porn stuff.
Yes, I thought that's what the thing was. Is Star Wars porn stuff.
No.
Oh, that was just the Star Wars thing? Then why didn't you want to show me it?
No, it wasn't Star Wars, though. Where the fuck did you get the idea of Star Wars?
I don't know. Maybe,
like, we talk about Star Wars, but, like, the Star Wars
maybe you said he was black or something, and that made me think of the dark side, and therefore made me think of Star Wars. I don't know.
No, he's white. He does porn. Occasionally. Well, he used to do, like, full on, but now he's married, but she doesn't want to do it, so he does it by himself. Apparently that's a thing.
It is.
I only like it whenever there's two people in the room. I mean, I don't care whether or not one of them's a girl, but, you know.
Are you saying you like it when there's two people in the room when you're watching? Like you and two other people?
No. I like it when there's two people in the room watching me.
No, that's exactly what I'm getting at. Watching you watch the porn.
Wait, who's watching porn?
You are. No. With two people watching you.
I thought we were talking about making the shit. Never mind.
Oh God. One to hold the camera and one to hold the mic.
Hey, speaking of which, now that...
Don't put the mic there!
Now that you're helping out around the house...
Maybe clarify that comment section is probably going to go fucking wild. Sorry, go regular wild. Go wild!
No, that's exactly the way I meant it, sweetie.
Okay. Were you going to continue this conversation, or you just mean to make that sound fucking weird? Regular weird. No, you
fucking
fucking
weird.
Fucking weird.
I wanted it to sound fucking weird.
Oh, is that all you were gonna say?
Yeah.
Now that you're helping out around the house, maybe you can do some chores.
Do need someone to hold the camera, okay? Oh God, that hurts my back a little.
Don't look. Point the camera in the right direction, damn it! I don't know what to do.
If someone ever tells you don't look, then you're talking to the wrong person.
Don't look, I'm fully clothed.
Careful, I still have my underwear on.
Oh God, it could be really, really bad if they're saying that. Don't look, I still have my underwear on. I haven't changed it for a while.
That's not the way I meant it, but okay.
That's the way I took it. I haven't changed it in a while. I wouldn't look if I were you. You might get grossed out. It's the chunky stuff.
I have to buy the extra large ones so they last an extra day.
There's a tutorial video. Now you see, the first thing you gotta do when you buy your refuse underwear, see right here in the back, you cut a hole.
That way you don't have to pull them down.
This serves two purposes. You don't have to pull them down when you go. And when you're due for a new pair, instead of just changing them, you can rotate them. Rotate them 1/3, rotate them 1/3, and you use 3 sides. Now, you can, and I do recommend, you can actually go for another 3 sides. You turn them inside out, put them back on, and go again. That way you get 6 out of your 7 days in your week cycle. Or more if you wear them for multiple days at a time without switching.
You don't?
Okay.
Okay.
Also, if you're robbing a bank and you forget your ski mat. No, Jesus Christ.
Ain't nobody gonna be able to identify you from that smell. Appearance.
Because you cut that extra hole, it's guaranteed to have a breathing hole.
Did you just gross yourself out?
No.
No.
Yeah, that was fucking gross. That was really fucking gross. Hey, I bet you flip it over the other side. Sorry. I bet you flip it over the other side, doesn't look as bad because this side glued on with all the strings and stuff. The other side probably just looks good, but on the notch.
I was gonna sand it down some.
You need an epoxy.
Yes. I needed to start this not on a glass table and probably have a bitter.
Maybe if I take a picture of it, could I see where it says Royals? Because it just looks like a bunch of fucking knots.
Give it a second to dry. There it is.
Like here, take a picture of it from the angle where it still looks like Royals.
Okay, unplug the glue gun, please.
I think someone just dropped 35 cents, sir. 2 dimes, 2 nickels.
Okay. See, there's the logo, right? Royals.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is. It's a little but it's there.
It is?
Fuck you.
Hold on, let me see the picture for longer. Maybe it'll slowly appear. I'm still looking for it.
And the rest of your live stream is just going to be you staring at my cell phone. Ow. Bitch.
I think it's top-down view of boobs.
No, the nipple one's over here.
Isn't that sad?
Well, I mean, even if it was, that's something that
oh my god, it is a nutsack. Oh god.
That would be one shitty looking nutsack. Very tumorous.
I was gonna say, it's a very tied up tumorous one. Like, it has no sag, which may or may not be the thing. No sag, but it's all nut, no sag.
Do you know that the dude with the largest recorded balls in history had to keep them in a wheelbarrow?
Neat.
Like, he lived down in, like, South America or some shit, and he had to keep his balls in a wheelbarrow. Like, he couldn't walk around. He had to waddle, and he had to put them in a wheelbarrow to get around. I saw pictures. At least I think that's a fact.
This feels like some made-up shit. Unless he had fucking cancer. I'm pretty sure South Park did a skit like that. Actually, they did. I remember seeing the short video clip on it on Facebook. He wanted to get his weed because they just legalized it, but you need a medical card for it. So he stuck his balls in the microwave and gave himself cancer. This dumb shit. God, South Park's retarded. Anyway. The fact that the mic can pick me up crunching ice. Like, what did the government put in my computer to be able to listen so well?
There you go. I got images.
Images of the nutsack?
Apparently he was in Las Vegas. I was wrong. But they're huge, aren't they?
He looks like a regular person in that picture.
I think that's probably post-surgical removal. Oops.
That's not. That's him walking down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Walking down the street in my 132-pound squirt.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
That's right. Told you they existed. Fact. With Komodo Gaming, 111. Is that your name?
I'm just thinking, like, if he did porn, he'd fucking throw her across the room when his sack hits her. I'm sorry.
I'm sure if he did porn, like, the entirety of the porn video would just be a close up on his testes. Oh, you like big balls.
You wouldn't be able to see anything else. Are you trying to get the strand?
Yes, and it's working. Okay.
I still don't see Royals.
Hey, the other side doesn't look too bad. Except that I put all the ugly sides down on this side. Okay. Fucking alien resurrection over here.
I mean, that's not quite the reason they call me the Predator.
Oh my god.
That one funny.
That one was actually kind of funny.
That was funny. Maybe that's why they call me the Predator. No.
I'll be back in a minute.
Well, Drink's gone. Live stream.